Hello! I
Well,
am.
oh.
Sorry. Where did you go?
I was just Yoshi, you can read out the donation. No, you scared me for a second. But anyway, welcome back to Face My Fearows. Raising money for the Able Gamers Foundation. Real quick before I hand it back over to Yoshi. Excuse me. I'm going. We got a couple donations. Peep that donation total down in the bottom corner. $10 from Insert Logic, who just says, "Nice. Looking forward for the coming runs. Hope you all enjoyed KH3 as well." Also, haven't sent in the donation total yet because I had a feeling somebody would donate to the nice number. But I will be donating $40 for 8 slip ups, all going to a good cause. So, thank you guys. I will learn how to talk eventually. But handing it back over to our host, Yoshi, who will be running Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Take it away.
Hey, hi, I'm EpicYoshiMaster, and sorry for completely interrupting. So this is Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Explorers of Sky. It's a really cool randomizer, and I'm joined here by my good friend and commentator, who will introduce themselves.
Hey guys, my name is Strike Sada. I'm a Pokemon Mystery Dungeon runner. Legends Arceus maybe now as well. I don't know. It's weird.
And we're actually going to start by resetting the ROM, because we can get a little bit of extra information about this very unique run by watching this title sequence. Now, can you explain what in the world I'm talking about?
Yeah, so the randomizer, first off, the biggest shout out that I really feel like I need to give it off the top is the randomizer is created by Sky Temple, which is originally made for actually creating ROM hacks. And Capybara, the creator of the ROM hacking tool, worked with the speedrunning community a lot to make this randomizer work. And so huge shout outs to that community. But coming up in the title sequence, this is the standard Explorers of Sky title sequence, but you can see there's a couple things changed because the Pokemon are randomized. And here in a second, this one, the Finneons, are what we're looking for. So those Finneons in the vanilla game are actually Bidoofs. And eventually, in this run, quote-unquote Bidoof, Finneon, will join us and be a part of our team for a little bit. So we kind of want to know a little bit ahead of time who that is.
All right, with that set, we're just going to get into it. I'm going to let you kind of carry things. We've got a little bit more of a heavy start to this because it's like a draft pick, and we're like picking our starters. It's really interesting, and I'm just going to get started. So we're going to get going in 3, 2, 1, go.
So one of the first things to note for people who are typically fans of Pokemon are that Mystery Dungeon stats are weird, and don't expect good Pokemon to be good Pokemon. So looking through, I see Vigoroth as probably the best option here.
Okay.
Numel is also a good aggressive pick, but the entire Slakoth line is pretty good, especially, and that's something that most randomizer players are probably familiar with. When you take away Makahita is the one you want. Yeah, Makuhita is really good. Like I said, the stats in this game are random and all over the place, and most Pokemon stats in this game are more based on what they are supposed to do in the Mystery Dungeon series than what they do in non-Mystery Dungeon series. So Shadow Force, that seems like a decent moveset. Color change and trace. There's a couple of abilities that are kind of bad that you don't want to see. Well, not really. We've eliminated most of the abilities that are really, really harmful from our settings here. But there's a couple of things that can actually really help you. Like Cloud 9 is the biggest one because weather is annoying and takes time. Ooh, that is Lightning Rod Houndoom.
We love it.
All right. But yeah, getting started. So the first dungeon is called Beach Cave. All the names are randomized as well. You can kind of get a little bit of a kick out of some of the randomized names here. But this is a 4-floor dungeon. The things that are randomized in this game, for anybody who's familiar with the vanilla Explorers of Sky kind of thing, is obviously you can tell all the Pokemon are different. All the movesets are different. Also, the layout pools are randomized, so you can have basically any kind of floor layout at any point in the game. Of course, you know, the layouts in Mystery Dungeon do tend to have a little bit of a pattern to them. So, for instance, this one is the one that I affectionately refer to as ladder layout.
It's not a ladder.
It's a ladder. Where all of the rooms are on the outside edges of the map. These kinds of layouts really heavily reward you for having good movement, which in Mystery Dungeon is probably one of the most important skills to have, especially because there's a lot of really tiny animation cancels and optimizations for especially like this sprint function that kind of knowing how it works and how many tiles it takes you forward is something that you kind of build up over the course of, well, learning the game.
Oh wait, no. You got those.
Pursuit's not good in this game. Pursuit is a Pursuit in this game. It works like Counter in this game does, where it damages Pokemon who damage you.
This is not.
Oh no!
Nice.
Oh no! Makuhita, no! Oh no! Triple kick. That's not good at all. That's not good at all. But yeah, some of these earlier fights are really kind of telling for the run, especially since we don't have resources to deal with things that are difficult. And obviously in a randomizer, the thing that is difficult can come at basically any time. But that was the first floor of Beach Cave. So now we are dealing with the bosses who Blastburn will take care of very, very efficiently. But that's typically where you fight the Zubat and the Golbat to get back your partner's rare treasure piece. And let's do the tech. Okay, so this is the second dungeon of the game. It's typically called Drenched Bluff, and all of the names and layouts, like I said, are randomized. So this doesn't look at all like
it's just twice, right?
Bluff. Yep. So if you give up twice in the vanilla game, if you die twice in this dungeon, or give up in our case, you get a short cutscene where the Guildmaster Wigglytuff gives you a Oranberry, Reviver Seed, and a Max Elixir. 3 really, really nice kind of safety items to have in the early game. So if you just give up twice, since we eliminated all cutscenes from this ROM that was created by Efticus, then we don't have to deal with the downside of getting those items. Volt Tackle on Makuhita is doing a lot of work. It's a little bit dangerous because it hurts him, but... Oh, Beat Up is the worst. Oh, never mind. Blastburn is even better. Okay. But Beat Up in this game actually draws all enemies into the same room as you. So, like, Tyranitar might be something to be afraid of in the future. The one thing that the community kind of debated on for a long time was whether we could get universal TM learning. So TMs aren't really that useful in this game because of the fact that, I mean, we don't have universal learning and they're randomized, so you're never guaranteed to actually be able to learn the move. Because I think TM learning is actually vanilla. So, like, if Vigoroth is typically allowed to learn whatever the TM is, then you can get it. Rare fossils. This is, like, one of the most important parts of this run. So what you just saw Yoshi pick up there was a rare fossil. Rare fossils are thrown items that do a set 100 damage. Never more, never less. And since this run only covers about, well, less than half of the game, that one-shots basically everything. And the best thing about it is that even if Kecleon finds a way to get a hold of rare fossils, he gives them to you for free because he is in the base game not allowed to sell them, and so he doesn't know what to do once he has them. But we're moving through here pretty quick. What is it? We're on the next to last floor of Drench Bluff here. It's a 6th floor dungeon. Ooh, Feint Attack on Makahita is going to be pretty nice, just as a standard cleanup move. And there's time on the 2nd dungeon. Pretty good. So we're going to check Kecleon to see if he has more rare fossils, because like he said, he doesn't know what to do with them when you ask him to give them to you, so he just gives them to you.
We got an interior layout.
Ooh. I've started calling it the TARDIS layout because it's bigger on the inside.
I like the name.
But yeah, like these are some of the skills that you can see really on display whenever when you're watching these kinds of rando runs, is the ability to quickly A, recognize what floor layout you're on, B, recognize what Pokemon are threats to you, and well, how to deal with them and what tools you have to deal with them, and C, basically the way to interweave those together so that you are both safe and fast. And striking that balance between safe and fast is, in my opinion, one of the things that makes this randomizer really, really fun to watch and play. But that's as someone who knows quite a bit about it at this point. Drapion, another Pokemon that actually has really good base stats in this game for no reason. Numel is a glass cannon, so Numels in the wild are pretty threatening, usually, when they have good moves. Oh gosh, that's overkill! He had a family. T layout. In retrospect, actually.
Yep.
I am not with it. It's been a little too long since I was like practicing to be really good at these. So I actually am finding myself a little bit too late on the pickup for some of these layouts. Actually.
Oh.
Fog.
Fake ladder. Not fake ladder. The real ladder.
Real.
Wait, no, wait, fake. Whoa. Wait, let me make sure I don't give you claim to this. This is not a ladder. It is, in fact, the layout which has been referred to as a ladder, but it's not canonically a ladder layout.
This is a ladder.
No.
It's a ladder. If you know, you know.
I apologize in advance. The game has been kind of going a little bit slow because Nezume is not very happy right now.
I can't hear the audio from your stream. That's usually where it bothers me, honestly.
Oh wow.
Oh no, you're good. The music for each dungeon is actually also randomized. So, oh, you don't have any attacking move PP left. Yeah, so that's one of the big things. I know that. Forgive me for my lack of knowledge of vanilla Pokemon speedruns, but I know that PP is somewhat an issue over the course of a game in Pokemon speedruns. PowerPoints in Mystery Dungeon are a huge limiting factor. Almost constantly. Just because you're forced to kill so many enemies, and if you're not one-shotting, you're not one-shotting, and you typically don't get healed until you've gone through an entire dungeon, and some of these dungeons are, up to 14 floors, I think is the longest one we have in this run.
Yeah.
And it can go even higher if you get into the late game. in vanilla games, of course. The randomizer we only go to if you know the vanilla story, it's where Groudon is, the illusion Groudon. The layout formerly referred to as ladder. The layout always referred to as ladder. It's gonna keep being ladder until someone gives me a better name.
I will
no one
admit,
has yet.
I don't have a good name for it. I just know it's not a ladder.
Well, you know. And this is the Pokemon typically a Drowsy in the vanilla game. That Pokemon in the randomizer will always have exactly 100 health. So as long as you have rare fossils, it just dies. So that's your boss fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, the boss fights in this run are typically not the problem. Typically, the actual levels are the problem. If you're going to
I have had a couple times where that's been an issue, though.
Yeah. That delay on the can't move up Blasphemy really hurts.
Yeah.
Giga Impact! Okay, we're fine.
Oh, am I out? No, I'm not. I have a couple more.
This is a good time for me to say something really quickly.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, just want to let you guys know we've gotten a ton of followers for the Twitch channel over this event. We are at 397 right now, 3 away from 400. So if you haven't already, smack that follow button. Like,
Ring the
subscribe.
bell.
Oh wait, wrong thing. Yeah, 3 followers away, and we appreciate all the support. But again, already got 1 follower, 2 followers now. Whoever is the 400th follower will donate $400.
Wait, actually, is it me?
Oh, no. The 400th follower will donate $400.
Oh no! Wait a
That
minute.
is
I don't
obviously a bit.
Obviously a bit. Someone else should do it before me.
But yeah, back to you guys.
Yeah. But yeah, let's see here.
You should give a couple interesting stat facts about Pokemon that are ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
For no reason.
So one of the biggest things that the PMD community was kind of figuring out. So we learned a lot more about this game around last November and October when we started doing a tournament for this exact randomizer format. You know, the Mystery Dungeon community had always looked into Pokemon stats and everything since the games have come out, of course. But knowing like the intricacies of every single Pokemon and what their stats are is kind of ridiculous. So for instance, Lickitung is an absurd Pokemon who in Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Sky has a higher base stat total at level 10 than Groudon. You know, just casually stronger than Groudon. Meanwhile, Alakazam in the first Mystery Dungeon game, Blue Rescue Team was way overpowered, and Chunsoft apparently felt the need to overcompensate for that. So currently, if you look at level until level 33, if I remember correctly, Machamp has higher special attack than Alakazam. So, you know, don't worry about it. Alakazam just, you know, typically regarded as one of the strongest special attackers in the Pokemon series. Just, you know, worse than Alakazam. It's fine. I mean, worse than Machamp. Oh, we love that delay on the music.
Yeah.
It's all good. Sometimes you gotta go faster than the game wants you to.
You know, there's some really interesting dynamics, especially whenever you're having to deal with stuff like whether or not your starter is water walking or not water walking, or flying or not flying. Like right now, I have 2 ground starters, so I can't really do any of the cool water walking stuff. It's kind of a risk, but also a nice reward. Like especially if you've got like double water walking, you can get some really nice like movement saves if you see like good opportunities.
It's also more important the later into the run that you get, and that's part of the reason why we check the title sequence to see what the Bidoof is because once Bidoof joins us, if you have a team of 2 water walkers and the Bidoof is also a water walker, then you can stay really safe, which is important because Bidoof loves to die.
Yeah.
It's got dark real fast.
Yeah. Yeah. It's fine. Don't worry, we've banned most of the egregious stuff. So for instance, in the tournament that we were running, the Bidoof, there was one match that was arguably decided, but definitely hinged on the fact that the Bidoof had Memento, was an Aerodactyl with Memento, in fact. And Memento in this game, when you use it, sets your HP to 1 and teleports you to a random spot on the map. So if you imagine that you have a follower in your team who you have to keep alive that has a move that it likes to click where it sets its HP to 1 and randomly teleports it to a different place than you. That's kind of what we're dealing with.
I can tell you, it can be bad enough just trying to deal with them following you without them teleporting all over the place. So, no.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've had situations before where, like, the Bidoof had Earthquake, and so I wasn't even afraid of, like, the Bidoof killing itself because it was killing me.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, it's not. It can go bad. It can go so bad so fast. But, you know, it's just like, it's another one of those factors. And, like, the thing that is really important about this randomizer and PMD in general is, like, juggling all of the balancing acts that you have to keep up while making everything go fast. Because, like, you know, obviously, Bidoof as an entity is a huge safety factor. Like, he never helps you. He's just there to add another thing that can die and lose you the run. Like, and balancing that versus continuing to go fast is not the easiest thing in the world. Ghosts in this game can walk through walls, which is bad. There's also an item in the vanilla version of the game called a mobile scarf that can allow you to walk through walls as well yourself. One of the any percent runs categories for Explorers of Sky uses it heavily in what we call our Wonder Mail category, where you can basically bring a bunch of items into your inventory really early in the game, and one of the ones that we do is a mobile scarf.
We're gonna know all about the number of items on these floors now.
Oh no! So one of the abilities that so Mystery Dungeon has this idea called IQ abilities. IQ abilities are basically AI things that you can turn. Typically you can turn them on or off, not all the time, but typically you can turn them on or off to make and Draco Meteor. Wow. Okay.
Hey, we'll
this
take it.
This Finion was built to waste time. But yeah, IQ abilities, like you can activate. There are IQ abilities that make Pokemon favor super effective moves. There are IQ abilities that make Pokemon run away when they're at low health. Finion happens to have one called Acute Sniffer, which tells you how many items are on the floor every time you spawn into a new floor. Bullet Seed! This Finneon was absolutely 100% built to waste your time. And
I mean, hey, it's got the powerhouse part. It's
not
doing
dead.
some damage, all right. I would
It's
say it's
not
doing some
dead.
damage. It's got that. What's the ability code where it speeds up its attacks and like does 2 rounds of whatever it's doing sometimes?
Oh, it speeds up its attacks.
Yeah, like it's like the.
No, not hustle.
I'm not sure what it's called, but
Speed boost? I don't know.
it's pretty nice.
Yeah. Most speed boosting abilities in this game like have chances to let you attack twice in a turn. Which is obviously even more busted than speed is in regular Pokemon games. Especially since typically, like, you know, obviously when you're moving around on a floor,
Nice hidden stairs.
yeah. Nice. Obviously when you're moving around on a floor, there's no real opportunity to have speed stat dictate what order Pokemon attack in. So it's really all about your positioning as to make sure that you're getting your hits off first. Oh no, Finneon got slowed down. Okay. The stairs are there, we're fine.
Yeah, we're fine.
I will say the thing about this, like obviously we're talking about like why the Bidoof and this Finneon is so bad. Whereas none of this applies to the Makuhita. But the difference between the two is that we can tell Makuhita to stop using moves, and we can tell Makuhita to do things. Finneon, we currently have no control over. Finneon will do what Finneon wants, and we get no say in the matter.
I've got like a pretty big supply of rare fossils. I've got like over 35, I think right now, which is like really good. Yeah.
Yeah. So Craggy Coast is the next to hard. Well, not next to hardest. This is one of the harder dungeons in the run.
I would say like Mount Horn is the hardest, and then I put
it's Mount Horn, and then it's debate between Applewoods and Cobalt, probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, at this point in the story, oh no. Oh god. So self-destruct obviously is bad. Nah. Most explosion effects in this game deal half your health, like, set. Rock Blast is fun. Rock Blast! Alright, and that's Cobalt. Questionable crossing. So questionable.
I swear most of the fun of this is just like coming across situations which are so chaotic and dumb.
Oh, yeah.
That it's just like, what do I do in this scenario? What have you done to me? Like you just like enter a room and then someone you don't expect just like self-destructs, and then someone else has got like spatial rend.
Yeah.
It's like, what am I supposed to do?
The Roar of Time.
Yeah. There's so many like room moves that are so annoying.
Yeah, and I mean, that combined with, like, one of the reasons why I think it appeals a lot to the Mystery Dungeon community is that it very, like, it very much brings back kind of like the first time you play these Mystery Dungeon games. Like, it very heavily emphasizes the movement, and the knowledge aspect that goes into these ROMs is bigger than I think anybody has really honestly been able to reach the absolute depths of. Like, there's, especially since, you know, like, you have to think about, you know, obviously there's a lot of people who can list off like a lot of stats of Pokemon. That's all here too, except it's also different than main series. And like the way that scaling works is really, really weird. So like base stat totals are kind of not as relevant, especially when you get to things like like Ledian, who is one of my favorite Pokemon to run, because it is trash until it hits level 12, and then it starts to just zoom into the stratosphere stats wise. And like same with Kecleon. Kecleon is kind of a meme because its base stat totals are literally 1 across the board until it hits like level 30, and then its base stat totals are the best in the game. But yeah, and all of these are like things to consider, especially if you're using it as your main. And like we don't get as much control over like what move sets we get, but knowing what moves. Oh, that Finneon knows Hail? That's horrible. Oh, that couldn't be worse.
This is an agent of chaos, all right? Theon is here to make sure we can get all of the content possible. And I respect it.
Finneon is here to prove that he is more annoying than bad. I was talking a lot of stuff about him earlier, and he's here to prove me, no, I'm not that bad. I'm just annoying. Oh gosh. But the Makahita and Vigoroth do seem to be doing good, so that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do get enough options in this game that typically having a bad, like, not having the inability to have a good partner leader combo is not very common. It can happen, but it's pretty rare, especially because we, in addition to the fact that we have removed some of the really, really ridiculously good Pokemon from the pool, we've also removed a couple of the bad ones just to bring the chance of you getting a good poke a little bit higher. Like, for instance, I know one of the most recent setting changes we made is we took out Armaldo, Anorith. Sorry if those are your favorite Pokemon. I think, did I take out? Oh, that's right. I took out Kakuna, Metapod, Silcoon, and Cascoon because if the Bidoof ever becomes one of those Pokemon, they're literally not capable of moving. So you just sit there and hope that they don't die while you go and find the stairs. It's really, really bad.
That was a really nice Mount Horn.
Yeah, that was actually a really good Mount Horn.
So we've got what, 3? Well, 2, but like it's like 2 halves. So like,
yeah,
you could say 3 dungeons left.
Yeah, the game basically treats it as 3.
Yeah, we've got Foggy Forest, which is 11, I think, and then we've got first half of Steam Cave, which is 8, and then second half of Steam Cave, which is 7.
7. Mm-hmm. And then Groudon.
Yep.
Quote unquote Groudon. It's randomized, of course.
Oh yeah, the last move of mine loses all of its PP. Thanks.
It's great.
I mean, hey, that was the first time I even used that move, period, so I guess it's not that bad.
Yeah, you're also on the first floor, and did you lose PP from 2 of your moves?
Wait, did I?
I think you did.
Wait.
It's fine, we have fossils, it's fine, we have fossils.
We have a lot of fossils, alright? we got all the fossils, alright?
Mm-hmm.
Like, this should be pretty much fine.
We should be fine. We should be fine.
Statement said before disaster occurs. Oh, hi.
Hi, Vibaro. Oh, hey, here's a conga line. Yeah, it's always nice, especially if your partner is capable. Getting fights to happen off screen is what a lot of more recent strategies in Mystery Dungeon speedruns have revolved around. So anytime we can slightly optimize by doing that is always better, because animations that happen off screen don't happen at all. Focus Blast. That's fun. Wait, did it just say it took no damage? It didn't
Yeah,
even miss. It just hit and dealt 0.
I'm pretty sure whenever it's like an off-stream thing, it instead of saying the mistext, it says took no damage. It's kind of weird.
Really? Oh, okay. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I've seen it like quite a few times.
That's funny. Ooh, double hit. Just fossil. Point blank fossils, it's fine.
I mean,
what else are you gonna use them for at this point?
yeah, this seed hasn't really needed much in terms of like extra stuff, like say a link box or something. Like my moves aren't really link box.
Yeah, you could probably use a link box on Makuhita to help out, but like you don't need to. You could just fossil everything. Triple kick is threatening.
Yeah,
a triple hit there probably would have killed you.
We do have like I think 3 reviver seeds right now, so we're in pretty safe shape too.
Yeah, over the course of the run, the story actually gives you at least the story gives you 2 reviver seeds, and we got the 3rd from giving up in Drenched Bluff. So since we haven't had to use those, we're pretty set. Do you have Pound, or is that still Pursuit?
Wait, no, I don't want this. No. You said Pursuit, so then I selected Pursuit. No, I want Blast.
No, don't do that.
The move that actually does damage.
I thought that was Pound for a little bit. Pound actually. Nice. Pound actually a ridiculously good move in this run. Oh, okay. That's good. That's good. So that's 1 down. But yeah,
this is not a good time for those to miss. Oh no! All right, well that's 2 down.
Oh gosh, Infernape line came to play today.
Well, about those reviver seeds.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. I mean, as long okay, my main thing is like getting through Foggy Forest in particular, since like Steam Cave, the other 2 Steam Caves are shorter. Like, this one's pretty long in comparison.
Thanks for the raid.
Yo, thanks for the raid, Paige.
Thank you, Paige. Hope your stream was well. Shout out to Paige. Give a follow, Paige.
Oh, okay. We have lost all 3 reviver seeds. No. In the span of 2 floors. Wow.
Toes, no.
Okay, but we made it through Foggy Forest. So we're in the last, like, final section here with the 2 Steam Caves.
Yeah.
Which are thankfully shorter.
So we have a 7th floor and an 8th floor.
Yeah.
Well, 8th floor and then a 7th floor, sorry.
Yeah. And also, just to check, let's make sure, how many fossils we got left in the inventory here? 11.
My guess is... Oh, really? That's actually not that many.
Okay, so I'm probably gonna...
You should probably stop using them for a little bit, yeah.
I'm gonna link these 2 to make this actually be a better move in addition to...
Giga Drain Mud Bomb. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Because, like, Blast Burn has been doing pretty well on its own.
Oh,
but it has low, like, PP.
Plus, it makes you stop after using it.
Also not convenient. Okay, we got more fossils too.
Yeah, so one of the things that's kind of important here in terms of resource management is making sure that you have enough left in the tank for Groudon. You don't typically need much Groudon does have a set 500 HP. So actually, if you have 5 fossils left, you're good. No matter what, you'll never need more than 5. And
unless you miss.
Don't worry about that.
I have done that several times. I've missed. I think I've missed like 3 in a row before. Don't recommend.
But yeah, it's actually like fossils. Fossils have a really big impact on this round.
Yeah, they do.
The community has debated that for a long time whether we should just remove them entirely, but we all thought that they were like. A lot of us have said like, you know, we kind of wish that there was less of them, but we don't know if we wish that there was none at all. So
okay, wait. I actually have a question. So are the fossil numbers like is that default? Like that's just default with the randomizer? Like that wasn't like a thing that was like added in later?
No. The fossils are equally likely as any other item to appear.
Really?
Yeah. The only we believe there's some stuff about the generation of items that we're not quite sure on. Like we know that there is a we know that some formulation of their thing has to do with food items. So like for instance, in older versions of the randomizer, we banned all of the gummies, and because of that, wander gummies, which are mostly useless item, were showing up a lot, and that's because the randomizer was seeing them as food items, and the program that generates what items you have in the run automatically gives you a certain number of food items to make sure you don't starve. By the way, starving's a thing that you can do in this game if you want to wear. So just another thing to add onto the pile. We haven't had to deal with that in this run,
not at all.
Luckily. But sometimes it can be run ending if you end up with bad luck.
Let's not do it.
But we added some of the gummies back in since so that we had a little bit more food in the ROMs. I don't know if there's a similar program to like make sure that you get a suitable number of throwing items. I would believe it if that were the case, but I don't know actually.
I just honestly found it interesting because like whenever I first like realized like the rare fossil strat, essentially the meta pretty much of like using them, I honestly thought that was like an intentional thing because it was so unique and like they're all over the place, it feels like sometimes.
No.
So I was very surprised to hear that.
Yeah, so the current control that we have over the randomizer is that it's Boolean. Like we cannot reduce, as far as we know, we don't currently have a way to reduce the number of rare fossils that show up. We can tell the program to stop putting them in the game, but we can't tell them to start putting less of them in the game.
We're actually hitting the last floor here, and then Groudon.
Nice.
So we're coming up on the very end of this. This has gone pretty well.
Yeah, this is
like,
actually a pretty fast time.
Yeah, we had like that bit of a scare in like Foggy Forest where like it started eating up Reviver Seeds, but like the rest of this has been pretty nice.
Yeah. I will say, just FYI, to bring this up, not to make you feel bad, the the like kind of times and stuff that this typically takes, I would say that top PMD runners have like an average time to complete in this of somewhere around 30 minutes.
Yeah.
With like 35-40 being also pretty good. With the fastest time that we have record of being, it's Glaceon! But with the with the fastest time that we have recorded being like 19, I think it's 1920 something by secure account. That's not good. Yeah, Mist Ball is going to be threatening. Glaceon notable because it's Zebu's favorite Pokemon. Important member of the PMD community. Yeah, just tell him to get out.
Oh no, that's not fine.
Okay. Well, this is fun.
We're making it more interesting. I still have my fossils.
We're calling an audible.
Oh, wait, no. Wait, go. Come back here. No. We gotta fix those tactics. Do not go away from here.
It's so funny because I don't know if this is my fault, but I'm watching you with like a slight delay.
Yeah.
So like I'm hearing you panic and then being like, "What's going on?" Okay, more fossils. That's good.
Yeah, and I've still got the ones from before, so we're fine on that part. I think mostly it's just gonna be like taking ground on safer now that I know that this wall is like a pretty big threat.
Yeah.
It's kind of annoying. I don't have any orange berries left either.
Do you have any loot boxes left?
I might have one. I don't know. I might have lost it.
It's okay. I was just gonna say one safety thing that you can do is just go on to Makahita and link all of his moves.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah, but not entirely necessary. Also, most of the time, like especially for speed purposes, rare fossils are quicker than any other source of damage.
Yeah.
Especially at this point in the run. Because typically at this point in the run, in order to one-shot things, you need 2 moves. And 2 moves are very clearly slower than a rare fossil. 1 move is sometimes faster than a rare fossil, but 2 moves is almost always slower.
Oh, that's lame. This is a really lame layout.
Oh, yeah. That's one of the downsides of not having that's one of the downsides of not having water walking, is that there are some rooms that like you literally can't get to the other side of the room. Oh, PMD music is so good.
All right, take 2. Let's now analyze the situation a little bit better before diving on it. Okay, I don't really have anything in terms of like extra items, so it's mostly just gonna be like start with a chuck.
Yeah, I think we just want, so that's 1.
This is good.
2
right
fossils. Ooh, Shadow Force was actually good. 3 fossils.
There we go. Time.
GG.
That was actually pretty nice. Pretty much a 44, which like generally that's around my average for randomizers. My PB is around like a 35.
Yeah, I think when I was playing this more commonly than I am right now because I've been busy. But when I was playing this more commonly, I think my average was around 40 and my PB was like 35. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, like top runners will get their average down to like 31, 30 something, but that's like we're talking like people who have owned multiple PMD world records kind of stuff.
Now, where in the world can really cool people find out how to play this really cool randomizer?
Yeah, so a couple shout outs. First off, shout out to again Efticus and Capybara for the people who created the ROM and the randomizer. Shout out to the entire Pokemon Mystery Dungeon community. You can find us on Discord. I'm not sure if we have a link. I can probably find one here in about 5 minutes. But there's a channel for these randomizers and Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Sky in general. There's a bunch of really helpful people there. If you're interested in getting into the runs, that's definitely a good place to start. I also, of course, have a bunch of stuff in my personal Discord server, but the larger PMD community is probably the best place to start if you're interested in learning more about this game.
Yeah. I really enjoyed getting the chance to learn. Strife here pretty much helped me out with learning whenever I first started like a couple months ago. And like I've really had fun like jumping back into this to showcase it in this marathon. And that's gonna be it from us. Thanks for watching, and please stick around for more awesome runs.
All right, good stuff. If you want, you can post the link to that Discord for the randomizer in like a vent chat or something, and I can link it in chat whenever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
looking for it. Sorry.
Oh no, no big deal. No big deal. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and transition here. We got Kingdom Hearts 2, any percent beginner, any percent with the Gummy Skip mod coming up with Podgy. Just one last thing, or one thing I want to say before we cut to intermission. Once again, very close to 400 followers. In fact, we are exactly 1 follower away. So smash that follow button to get us there. I was just linked the Discord invite. Let me go ahead and post that in chat. There, that is. For
yes, that's the link to the
Randomizer
Mystery
Discord.
Dungeon. It's the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon speedrunning Discord, but there's a channel in there for everything.
Gotcha. Cool. And again, we are at $730. That is $270 away from our goal of $1,000 for the event. Like, we can reach that in no time. Just smash that follow button, smash that exclamation point donate link. And we got 2 more runs, a couple hours left in the night. Let's hit that $1,000 mark. But we're going to cut the intermission. We'll be back.